Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Graduate Studies Virtual Expo. My name is Kristen Keogh-Raponi, and I'm an Academic Pathways Coordinator here at Seneca. Our Academic Pathways team is here to support Seneca students and graduates with advising and resources as you explore opportunities to build on your Seneca credential. Over the course of this week, we're excited to showcase a range of our partner institutions from around the world. They'll be sharing insights into graduate study options available to you after your Seneca program. For today's session, I'm pleased to welcome Lori and Kayla from Boston University, who will be speaking about their Master of Science programs in Public Relations, Advertising, and Media Science. Just a quick note that, like all sessions this week, this webinar is being recorded and will be posted to our website and YouTube channel for you to view next week on demand. If you have any questions that come up during the presentation, please feel free to pop those in the chat and we'll take up all questions at the end of the presentation. And with that, I'll now hand things over to you, Lori and Kayla.
Great. Thanks so much, Kristen. I appreciate it. Hi, everybody. It's so nice to be here. My name's Lori Nichols. I'm the Assistant Dean of Graduate Affairs, and Kayla and I are here from Boston University's College of Communication, which we call COM. So you'll see COM throughout the slides. I'm going to pass it to Kayla really quickly to introduce herself.
Sure. Thanks, Lori. My name is Kayla Ring. I'm the Director of Graduate Affairs here at the College of Communication. I'm also an alum of Boston University, so very familiar with BU. We are the BU Terriers, so it's the dog that you're seeing in the image behind me, and we're really excited to be here to talk about our programs and also talk about the Seneca pathway.
Right. Thanks, Kayla. So, and as Kristen mentioned, many of you at Seneca, you're already building a great foundation in media and communication through the programs that you're currently in. Today, Kayla and I want to show you how you can take that foundation and elevate it to a global level. We're going to talk about how your journey can continue at Boston University, and our passion is really to help talented students become the next generation of industry leaders. We'll also leave time for questions at the end of our presentation, or if questions come up afterward, or if you're viewing this recording, on the last slide, we will have our email address where you can always feel free to reach out to us. So on the next slide is a little bit about our philosophy. So at its heart, everything we do at COM is about storytelling. So whether you're analyzing data, you're designing a user interface, you're producing a documentary, you're doing public relations, advertising, media science, no matter what you're doing, you're telling a story. So our mission is to help you hone that skill and then apply it to your professional success. And we believe that if you can master the narrative and you can master the storytelling, then you can lead in any field, since communication is the foundation of pretty much everything that we do. So passing it to you, Kayla, for the next slide.
Thanks, Lori. So one thing I always think is important to talk about when you're considering any graduate program is to look at the alumni. Think about where the alumni are currently working, where recent alumni have graduated and gone on to 2, 3, 4, 5 years after graduation. And I think this is really where BU excels. Currently, we have over 30,000 alumni that students have access to. We invite those alumni to BU both virtually and in person. Faculty are excellent at bringing alumni into the classroom as much as possible. And we know at Seneca, you're gaining a lot of professional skills, but at BU, you can also expand that network to include these alumni who work both domestically within the United States, but then also internationally. We have a huge international alumni presence as well. And these alumni are in huge leadership roles at big name companies like Google, Netflix, major advertising and public relations agencies. Edelman is mentioned here on this slide. And I think this is a huge value add. We have excellent relationships with our alums. Currently, I have a couple of alums coming this evening to do a panel for recently accepted students, and they're eager to do so. They're eager to help you in your career because this is really the next generation of folks in the industry that they're looking to invite to join them. So if you have any questions about alumni, I'm more than happy to address that as well. We'll go on, though, to talk a little bit more about the College of Communication and our master's programs. So at the College of Communication, we actually have over 13 distinct master's programs. And I think the benefit of having all of these master's programs under one roof within the College of Communication is, although I know on this call we have students focused in public relations, advertising, and media science, you have the benefit of taking electives in all of these pathways, which is an excellent way to explore not only your main area of focus within your major, but also take electives in some of these majors as well. So I'll talk first about our public relations program. Our public relations program is really geared for people who are interested in working in corporate, nonprofit, or governmental PR. Those are our main focus. We also have students who are interested in healthcare PR communication as well, because we are in Boston in a healthcare mecca with lots of hospitals, pharmaceutical companies, medical companies who are looking for strong communicators. The PR program really lends itself to giving students the portfolio of skills that they will need for graduation. You're taking classes such as corporate crisis communication, strategy, you're taking professional presentation, you're taking classes focused in PR career advancement as well, really building a lot of those professional skill sets. The majority of our students who graduate from this program go on and work at PR agencies following graduation. We also have our MS in Advertising program. The MS in Advertising program gives students the opportunity to explore both creative advertising, taking classes such as art direction, portfolio development, copywriting, but also classes focused in advertising strategy and consumer insights, branding, giving you a lot of those skills that, again, advertising agencies are looking for students to have in their portfolio when they graduate from the College of Communication. Also today, I know we have some students on this call who might be interested in media science. Our MS in media science is by far our broadest degree. So if you're not quite sure which area of communication you're most interested in at this point, the media science program lends itself to giving students a core set of communication skills. You're taking classes in communication theory, research, but you're also taking classes in design, marketing, political campaigns, healthcare communication. So you're able to explore a lot of different areas of communication within the media science degree program. All of these programs are designed to be about a year and a half. That being said, with the Seneca Pathway program, which Lori will talk about later, there's ways in which you can expedite that time as well, because we, again, know you're building on some of those strong skills here at Seneca. And so when you're at BU, we want to give you some different classes. We want to give you a new portfolio of work and a network to work with to find that first position following graduation. I'll go on to the next slide to talk about some special professional opportunities. So within public relations, we have PR Lab. PR Lab is our public relations agency on campus. Students within this course that students take, you're working with a real life client. That could be a nonprofit client, such as a local museum who's looking for students to build out a public relations campaign. It could be Ben & Jerry's, which has been a long time client for students who are looking to work with a corporate client as well. And you get real hands-on experience with these clients within the classroom before you go on and get an internship off campus. So it gives you some of those very specific skills that you need. AdLab is our advertising agency. We actually have the longest running student advertising agency in the country, which is incredibly exciting. It means we have a huge, robust alumni community who have all gone through AdLab. Similar to PR Lab, AdLab gives students the opportunity to work with clients outside of BU. Some of those clients can be corporate clients. We've had students working with products specifically, as well as some nonprofit clients there as well. Within AdLab, you have the opportunity to work as a copywriter, an art director, a strategist, an account coordinator, and build out advertising campaigns that you can add to your portfolio of work too. We also have internship opportunities within all of these programs: media science, advertising, and PR. Some of those happen here in Boston, but students also have the opportunity to apply to spend semesters in London, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C., depending on your area of focus. And these opportunities in these semesters also give students the opportunity to work and pursue an internship during those semesters as well, which is something you can explore after applying and enrolling in one of our programs.
Thanks, Kayla. So on the next slide, we just wanted to feature this. It's not as relevant to the PR advertising or media science courses, but as a comm student, you would have access to our broadcast quality facilities. We've designed our newsrooms, our studios to be industry standard, because basically we want you to learn how to use the equipment and be in an atmosphere of what a student would be after they graduate. So, for example, like our journalism students, they'll use our newsroom for reporting. They do a lot of reporting for regional news outlets. We have the BU newsroom that does hundreds of stories each semester for small newspapers across the New England region. We also have um, a brand new studio down the street from Com where our film TV students, they're making so many great creations in production suites. They have every tool that a professional studio would have at their fingertips. And in this new studio, brand new studio, it pulls together cinematographers, directors, producers, all post-production, so that everybody can collaborate in one space. So we do want to point that out because we really do. We love our studios.
Lori, if you don't mind, I'll just interject here. So you can utilize a lot of these facilities as an extracurricular activity. So for example, we have a television station called BUTV 10. I was just talking with one of our current MS public relations students, and he is really interested in sports communication specifically. So he, during his time here outside of class, is currently working on Offsides, which is one of the news programs that reports on local, but also BU athletics. So he's using his time to, again, explore something that's not specifically related to PR, but related to his interest in sports communication.
That's great. Yeah, thank you, Kayla. And on the next slide, Kayla will start to talk about the city of Boston.
Yes. So I am obviously biased. I am from the Boston area, but I do believe Boston is one of the best cities to go to school in. Being in an urban campus gives you the access to a lot of internship opportunities. Also, a lot of professional organizations will hold meetups. So if that's something you're interested in, it's definitely going to exist here in Boston. We are one of the top 10 media markets within the United States, which means that a lot of the advertising PR agencies, corporate companies do have offices here in Boston. We're also a global tech hub. So if you're interested in anything tech or entrepreneurship related, there's opportunities here in Boston, but then across the river, also in the Harvard, Cambridge area as well. And we have big name companies such as HubSpot, Wayfair, and as I mentioned before, a lot of major agencies right in our backyard, and you're able to utilize public transportation across the city to get to and from those opportunities. I do think that Boston is really America's college town. It's vibrant. It has anything that you might be interested in as far as music venues, obviously a huge sports town as well. The Boston Red Sox, Major League Baseball team, Fenway Park is listed on the screen, but also I could walk there in a couple of minutes from my office. Boston also has an incredible food scene if that's something you're interested in. So a lot of opportunities for you both inside the classroom, but then also within the city of Boston as well. We also are an incredibly diverse city and very welcoming because we're so student-centric. You can walk anywhere within the city of Boston and find a campus, likely within a 10-minute walking distance. And what that does, it brings a lot of people from all over the world to Boston, and it really creates an excellent community to live in. And it's one of, I think, our great strengths here in Boston. We'll go over to the next slide if you don't mind. So I talked a little bit about this already, but just student life in Boston, I think, is really strong. We also do a lot here on campus to make sure that you're integrated with the community. So we will organize events where you're going off and touring advertising and public relations agencies. We'll also create opportunities for you to go and explore different areas of New England. Student events have included exploring Salem, which is a very Halloween-focused town, but currently our graduate student council is also planning a trip to Portland, Maine. So even if you're coming to BU not knowing anyone in the city, we will do a lot of work to make sure that you feel very much a member of this community and making great friends and colleagues while you're a student here.
Thanks, Kayla. Okay, so we wanted to obviously highlight the BU Seneca pathway and why this connection is really unique. As you're already aware, Seneca and BU have an academic pathway agreement that's specifically designed for students in a number of programs at Seneca. And what it's helpful for you is that it's a very streamlined transition to Boston University. We recognize that there's a really high caliber of technical training, creative training that you get at Seneca. So the pathway is built to take what you've already done. You've done a lot of groundwork at Seneca. So then we will provide the next step with this with a master's degree to take you on to that next level of your education. As a graduate of Seneca, you'd be eligible to receive up to 8 advanced credits or units, as Boston University is now calling them. So essentially 2 classes. We also waive the application fee for Seneca graduates. We don't require GREs, which is just like one fewer things that you have to do as part of the application process. I see your question. Thanks for your question. The PR program, advertising program, and media science program are all in person. So they're residential in Boston. And if you go to the Seneca Pathways website, which at the end I have bit.lys for all of those, you can see details on how your current program aligns with the PR, advertising, or media science program as part of this pathway. The roadmap it's already laid out for you, so we do try to make it very easy for you. Also, we're happy to set up a follow-up conversation with you afterward to help you decide which of our programs is the right fit for your goals. Obviously, students are welcome to apply to any of our master's programs. It just wouldn't have the same 2 courses transferring over from Seneca. And then on this slide, we want to make things as easy as possible for you all. For most of our programs, the application deadline, thanks, Kristen. For most students, for most programs, the application deadline is May 1st. We do have a program whose application deadline is June 1st for our Human Centered Design program. But we do encourage students to get your application in early before the May 1st deadline. And again, application fee waivers. In the middle icon there, you can see that you'd email comgrad@bu.edu and then we'll send you a fee waiver code to make that easy for you. And Kayla, me, my team, we're all here for you to talk to you as you go through your journey. On the next slide, we wanted to talk about financial support because we know that grad school is a major investment. So that's why we offer several scholarship opportunities, including scholarships for students coming from Seneca through our partnership. So we do have, sorry, I'm looking at your question. We'll get to that in a moment. Thanks. Seneca students receive a minimum of $15,000 scholarship. That is part of our partnership with Seneca. Often students can qualify for up to $30,000 in scholarship, and students can also qualify for grad assistantships. And on the next slide, actually, Kayla, take the next slide. Sorry about that.
No worries. So what we wanted to also point out is if you have your phone in front of you, you can actually scan this QR code and it's going to bring you directly to our admissions page. That's going to outline a lot of what Lori already discussed. And then it will also list ways to contact us. There'll also be a pop-up link where you might see my face or my colleague Jackie Cummings. You can click on that and schedule a time to chat with us, or click on it and click over to the student section if you want to talk to a current student in one of the programs that we discussed about their student life here. We also have ambassadors on that page where you can speak with them directly to get a feel for what it's like to be a student here. But we want to thank you so much for joining us on this call. We're more than happy to take any other questions that you have about Boston University and the pathway programs more specifically. Our programs are continually accepting applications, some of which until June 1st. So there's still ample time to apply if you're considering a fall 2026 start date. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Kayla and Lori, for all that great information, some really wonderful opportunities for our students. So if we do have any further questions, you can pop those in the chat, or we're a small group right now, so you can also just raise your hand and I can allow your mic. I know we've been answering some questions as we went along, which is great. And then my colleagues have also posted some links for you to watch there.
Thanks. And just to point out too, something that popped up in the chat is that it is possible to do the PR and advertising programs on a part-time basis, but international students usually need to be, well, they need to be full-time when they're enrolled, just based on their student visa.
All right, I think that's it for our questions. Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you again so much, Lori and Kayla.
Thank you for your time
Sure.
today.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
thank you guys.
Take care.
Appreciate it.